Well, a warm welcome back to Changzhou. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage so far, our first televised day of coverage of the 2019 China Open, and so far every match has been won in straight games and in relatively quick time. Up next, we're concentrating on men's singles. First time we've seen the men's singles action today. Khosit PHETPRADAB of Thailand against CHOU Tien Chen of Chinese Taipei. Seeded 2. Let's have a quick look at how the draw has panned out. The match we're going to show you is right at the bottom of that draw. Huang or Cantopon Wang Charion wait for the winners. A couple of Danes in that section. And one Dane in our section here. Morten Frost is alongside me. This is a tough ask for the Thai, isn't it, against the world number 2?
It is. Khosit PHETPRADAB had a major breakthrough last year in 2018 when he got to the final of the Japan Open. That was really, really a fantastic tournament for him. So, but I must say that lately, since April this year, he has lost a lot of first round matches, but let's get into that a little bit later.
Well, here's the head-to-head. He has beaten him once. It wasn't the last time they met, but it did go to 3 games. So just suggests that maybe it won't be as one-sided as a cursory look at the rankings might suggest.
No, but as you say, 3-1 in favour of CHOU Tien Chen. But when he lost CHOU Tien Chen, that was back in 2016 at the Japan Open, which is more than 3 years ago. So I would consider that result as irrelevant in this whole situation.
Well, he's not had a great year, PHETPRADAB, to be fair. Just 5 victories in the 19 matches that he's played. And that's one of the reasons why his ranking has slipped considerably. Let's look at the number 2 seed first, though. Ranked 2 in the world, which is his highest. He's only lost 9 times in 2019. 18 career titles, including Chinese Taipei Open a couple of weeks ago. He's taken down the Thai Open this year and the Indonesian Open, which of course was a Super 1000 event. And last year he got to 6 finals. So there's not much wrong with that form line. As we look at his opponent, who's ranked down at 30 now, which is basically twice as many again as where he was in January. He was ranked 15 in January. There you see it on there, highest ranking 15. That was in the early part of this year. I heard Morten mention that brilliant run he had in the Japan Open last year, but he's not really done too much since.
No, he lost the first round. Since April, he has lost in Singapore Open, the Asian Championship, New Zealand Open, Indonesia Open, Japan Open, and the World Championship. He lost all of them in the first round. Only the Thailand Open he passed first round, where he got to the quarters.
Sidney Gallos from New Zealand is in the umpire's chair here, and there is Stéphane Venne from France. Talking of France, the French Open coming up soon in Paris. Got the big tournament in Denmark as well before we head back to this part of the world.
So even though that PHETPRADAB is having to really play at his very best to win, we still have to understand that when he got to the Japan Open last year, he beat Xu Yuqi in the first round and Chen Long in the quarterfinal. So he is capable of making these upsets. The points from Japan Open, he dropped from 20 to 32 on the world ranking.
And on my left, Khosit PHETPRADAB, Thailand. Khosit PHETPRADAB to serve. Level. Play. Service over. 1 love.
And already in this first rally, we saw one of the trademarks of CHOU Tien Chen, that spinning net shot on the backhand side, setting up a very short lift and a finish.
Well, we'll hope to land a few more like that this week.
2 love.
That was hit with real authority. And no little accuracy too.
Cleverly played by CHOU Tien Chen, because the defensive shot was not a block shot, but he lifted it back towards the back line. And on so many occasions we see that opponents are storming in and trying to follow up at the net. Khosit PHETPRADAB is a very
1
technical,
2.
good player. He moves well on court. He can be attacking if he really wants. However, very often he's running out of steam when he's forced to attack too much. And we can mention that PHETPRADAB has got 3 career wins to his name. And one was at the Vietnam Open in 17 and the Malaysian International Challenge in 2015.
Yeah, so all sort of the more minor events, I guess you'd say, but
Service over. 3 2. Service over. 3 hold.
no problem that time.
Once again, it was set up very nicely by CHOU Tien Chen on the
4
forehand
3.
side when he was playing this spinning net shot, forcing once again a short lift. Good counter-attacking shot there by PHETPRADAB,
4
driving it into the deep forehand corner. And it was an outright winner.
Well, that's a couple of times already. He's misjudged the flight of the shuttle. CHOU. Best to try and play the shuttle a bit earlier than this.
But
you don't coach that, do you?
No, but it's good to see that PHETPRADAB is not falling for it, that he's actually moving in at the net and making sure that CHOU Tien Chen is not getting away with it.
Line judge, wipe the court, please.
So the whole philosophy about that is that as soon as the shuttle starts dropping on the back line, you start moving closer and closer to the net, because should the opponent still choose to play it as what we saw, then you're there and you can pounce on it.
Service over. 5 hold.
miscue from PHETPRADAB.
6-5. Service over.
It's been a bit of a stop-start display so far from the 2 seed. A couple of good shots, a few sloppy ones, a couple of miscalculations.
Service over. 7-6.
Yeah, this time it was going long on the back line, well left. Good spacious awareness there by CHOU Tien Chen.
6.
Opened up the court quite beautifully there, almost toying with the tie on occasion, that rally.
Both players making very good use of full court, I would say. And it was a quality rally from both of the players. And of course, as we can see here, the final shot by CHOU Tien Chen. Very sharp, very nice angle.
Dragged him one side of the court, and the shuttle at pace went the other. Yeah. So for the first time in this opening game, just a little bit of breathing space on the scoreboard.
9.
And we saw
6.
in the corner of CHOU Tien Chen was Victoria Cao, who is his physiotherapist, and supporting him at every single match CHOU Tien Chen is playing around the world.
Late decision again.
Service over.
Well, at least he could smile about it.
9.
Yeah, good lift once again by PHETPRADAB. And once again, you see how close PHETPRADAB is at the net to finish it off. And that's where PHETPRADAB have to be careful, because these counter-attacking shots by CHOU Tien Chen, they can be devastating, and his defense is really strong.
So a comfortable lead in the end at the mid-game interval, 11-7. CHOU Tien Chen in front.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Eleven, 7. Bye.
Well, at least CHOU starts off with some good judgment, having made a couple of errors in that department earlier on.
That's good play by PHETPRADAB, good pace. But look at that, he's still getting into trouble.
Yeah, just under non-stop pressure, even when you thought he kind of had the ascendancy in the rally. Chou would not give him any peace.
CHOU Tien Chen must have been a little bit disappointed with himself when it comes to some of the last few tournaments he's played. In Japan Open, he lost the last 16 to Janu Jørgensen from Denmark. And at the World Championship, he lost the quarter-final to Wang Charoen of Thailand. Then back into his winning ways, playing in Chinese Taipei Open, just before coming here.
Just the wrong side. He's going to challenge it, but I don't think he's got any hope of getting this reversed. Looked to me to be clearly wide of the sideline. Haven't needed our friends at Hawkeye too often so far today. It's only about the third time. This should be confirmation it was wide.
You've got a good eye. Very good eye, Mr. Trevor Harris.
Well, I'm looking right down that sideline.
Yes, you are.
One challenge remaining. 14-7, play.
Just starting to get a little ragged, PHETPRADAB. Well, now it's Chou's turn to challenge. This one I couldn't see. Too far away.
It is too far away.
Worst way is to get some little breather. He's well in front now in this opening game, so I guess he figures might as well have a look. Don't look overly confident, and that's why. Mile out.
Challenge unsuccessful. Service over. 8-15, play.
That's bad luck there by PHETPRADAB. Playing a good shot down the line, forcing a decent opportunity. This one here, this is forcing it. But unfortunately for him, he cannot capitalize on it.
Service over.
But I think it shows a little bit of desperation because he's up against one of the best defenses on the world scene in the men's singles at the moment.
Party tricks as standard for PHETPRADAB, but it hasn't helped him win the point.
Another very fine example of his good technique. Look at this. Nice trickery here. Short.
Service over. 9-17.
Well, as I say, he's winning this opening game pretty comfortably, the number 2 seed, and yet could have been even more one-sided without some of the unforced errors. Seen him smiling a couple of times because he knows he's maybe not been quite at the level that he can play at, but as you say, it's only the first round. Main thing is to get through and kind of improve as the event goes on.
10-17.
Energy-sapping rally with an almost inevitable conclusion in the sense that Chou wins the point.
Service over. 18-10.
Well, I think it's a clever choice by PHETPRADAB here, because he was trying to really play the net and try to score the winner at the net. And I think that's one of the areas where he can challenge CHOU Tien Chen. Good cross-court smash there by PHETPRADAB.
Service over.
The one he missed earlier.
11-18.
Now, in this kind of a situation, Morten, if you put yourself in PHETPRADAB's shoes, you're 18-11 down. How much energy do you want to expend on what's almost certainly going to be a pretty hopeless course? As I say that as he plays another nice winner.
Yeah.
Because, you know, bearing in mind, if he's going to win this match, he's almost certainly going to have to do it in 3 games now.
Yeah, I would probably let this first game go by now and then focus on all the energy on trying to get that second game. But he's got to go out and have a very, very good start and shake it up from the very beginning of that second game. Is he not able to do so, then I think it will slip away from him quite easily.
Put away unerringly by Chou, just a couple of points away now from this opening game.
19-12.
Wouldn't be as disrespectful to PHETPRADAB to say this is like a warm-up game for Chou, but it's like he's getting a little bit of rustiness out of his system. That's another great shot, and it gives him 8 game points.
20. Game point 12.
Yeah, no doubt. CHOU Tien Chen is showing why he's number 2 in the world at the moment in this opening game.
Mighty impressive, 21 points to 12. First game taken down by CHOU Tien Chen, and with pretty much a minimum of fuss.
3号场地即将进行的是女子单打，由来自中国香港的张燕怡对阵来自日本的大谷彩。
Court 3, women's single, Chong An-Yi from Hong Kong, China versus Aya Okori from Japan.
裁判员焦玉娥，中国；发球裁判赵丹，中国。
Umpire Zhao Yuo, China. Service judge Zhao Dan, China.
20 seconds. Second game. Level. Play.
Just 16 minutes for that opening game. CHOU Tien Chen. And he's off and running in game 2.
1 love.
This is now where, of course, PHETPRADAB really have to start the engine and try to shake up this situation and go as fast as he can, score the points, challenge, as what he did here, CHOU Tien Chen at the net. But look at that reply.
2 love.
Yeah, it's one thing having a game plan, but quite another executing it against a player of Chou's ability. That's more like it.
Yeah, but I think that's what we will see, is try from Khosit PHETPRADAB, try to challenge CHOU Tien Chen at the net, try to set up good attacking opportunities as what he did here. This is definitely the way forward and his game plan.
4-2, mixed doubles, Robin Chapman.
But he must serve better than that. That was a bad serve by PHETPRADAB.
裁判员麦郎燕，越南，8级裁判马哈杜毛里求斯。
Umpire Mai Long Yin from Vietnam.
Too much power for him as
Satyawan
well.
Mahathir from
So
Mauritius.
just the
4
start that
1.
the man from Chinese Taipei wanted.
Good pace by CHOU Tien Chen, really good pace. Chasing his opponent around. And I think it's nice he's making use of that attacking clear as well, and really not playing just downwards shots. Of course, it PHETPRADAB all over the place in that rally.
Yeah, sometimes the centre court, the show court, can be a pretty lonely place, especially when you're a game down, 5-1 down, up against one of the top performers in the world. Almost a token gesture, bit of applause there. I think they realise that, say this is a lost cause, but it's certainly going to be a seriously uphill struggle from here for PHETPRADAB. Yeah, well anticipated.
Yeah, PHETPRADAB just have to hang in there as much as he can. It's very, very important to him, because it must be said as well that CHOU Tien Chen is a little bit famous of going on these walkabouts now and again, and you never know. Suddenly he's throwing away 4, 5, 6 points, and then that gap is created and a chance is created. So he's got to stick with it as well as he can.
Service over. 6-3.
But so far, no sign of going on a walkabout from CHOU Tien Chen, but you never know.
Service over. 4-6.
Just missed the sideline.
That is excellent. I know we have a challenge on it, and it's very, very, very tight, but it's an excellent counter-attacking shot there by PHETPRADAB.
Well, he'll be unlucky if this hasn't at least clipped the line. But Hawkeye will be the arbitrator of that. Chou's challenge called in. Well, that's unfortunate. It never rains but it pours, does it? It's a good challenge, to be fair, but it's unlucky for
That's
PHETPRADAB.
very unlucky for
Service
PHETPRADAB.
over.
Good challenge by CHOU Tien Chen.
Seven, 4.
Oh, that was a real jerky snatch.
Service over. 5, 7.
Don't see him do this very often.
Oh, but I think he's committed to trying to challenge CHOU Tien Chen at the net.
Comfortably long.
Service over. 8, 5.
And I guess, you know, it can be really soul-destroying for PHETPRADAB or any player in his situation when you're not having a good run. You've had a lot of first-round exits, and you sometimes get to the point where you wonder where your next win's coming from. Just victory, not tournament win.
Service over.
And as you go further down
6,
the rankings,
9.
you end up playing better players earlier in tournaments, like here. Oh, beautiful again. Textbook from CHOU.
Service over. 10, 6.
Oh, it's a very, very handy lead. 11-6.
Interval.
And unless PHETPRADAB can conjure up some kind of a miracle recovery, we might not be here for too much longer with CHOU.
I'll try to look at that last shot here from CHOU Tien Chen, how he's leaping from his base position to the round ahead shot and the smash down the line to perfection.
Fourth one, 20 seconds. Fourth one, 20 seconds.
So CHOU Tien Chen, one of the
11,
few players
6.
on the circuit here
Five.
not having a coach next to him, but he prefers to do his own analysis and his own choices.
Service over.
Not a lot of
7,
players are doing that, but
11.
all respect for that.
Well, he's 29 now, so certainly experienced enough to know whatever's going to work for him.
Bad luck for Khosit PHETPRADAB, that cross court to the net, very sharp.
12, 7.
Unfortunately for him, just wide of the sideline.
Yeah, it's a nice idea, just wrong execution.
Oh, look at that.
That's
Look
ridiculous.
at that shot from CHOU Tien Chen.
13, 7.
Talk about sending it back with interest.
Yeah. Again, PHETPRADAB was given this half chance. He was kind of lured into it. He was said, okay, you take it, but if you don't take it, well, I will counter-attack it.
That's going to be some way wide. CHOU.
Service over. 8, 13. Service over.
Just looking at PHETPRADAB, his
14.
body language would
Hey.
suggest to me that he knows the end is nigh, albeit still some work for Chou to do. Could have gone either side.
Yeah, it's impossible to guess because the lift is simply not good enough, but that's forced by, again, a nice spinning net shot by CHOU Tien Chen. So, you know, you've got to go 50-50 either side. And PHETPRADAB chose to stay in the centre.
And the other thing noticeable about that smash was, and again, it's an experience thing. He knew he didn't have to go close to the line. He knew that PHETPRADAB, because it was so short, had no chance.
Yeah,
So he's hit it,
good
you know,
power.
foot and a half inside the line.
Yeah, good power from CHOU Tien Chen.
It's becoming something of a procession of points now.
17. 8.
If we analyse this match so far, one just have to say that Khosit PHETPRADAB hasn't got the means to put enough pressure on the number 2 seat from Chinese Taipei, CHOU Tien Chen. Simply haven't been able to create enough pressure at the net, not enough pressure with his attacking shots and so on. So it's been very comfortable for CHOU Tien Chen.
That was called in. Chou's going to challenge, showing absolutely no mercy at 17-8. Let's have a look, see what Hawkeye has to say about this one. Called in. Might be a bit too little too late, but finally something goes right for the tie.
Challenge
As far as
remaining.
Hawkeye is concerned, he's had a couple of near misses with the technology.
9, 17. Play.
Yeah, as soon as the net took all the pace off that lift, it was always going to be an easy kill. And
Service over. 18. 9.
a fairly one-sided second game, you'd have to say, unless we get some incredible drama, which looks unlikely with just a couple of points required now.
19.
Yeah, so far it looks like the ranking on the race to Tokyo, where CHOU Tien Chen is number 1, is intact after this match.
Service over. 10. 19.
He's number 1 on the race to Tokyo. He's number 2 on the world ranking, and he's number 3 on the HSBC race to Guangzhou.
It's a delicious angle, and it brings up
Service
8
over.
match points.
20. Match point. 10.
And that'll do it. A bloodless victory, really. 21 points to 10 in that second game. And Khosit PHETPRADAB just had no answer, really, to CHOU Tien Chen's consistency, power of shot, artistry, tactics, pretty much everything. I think you'll be pretty pleased with that as a first round workout, Morton.
Yeah, very pleased. I think he was very solid in what he was doing, not going on a walkabout as what we discussed earlier. He was very focused and he played very, very good net play.
Appreciated by a crowd here in the hall in Changzhou. And just to confirm the score, 21-12, 21-10, only 34 minutes on court. We're back shortly. You'll be in the company of Jill Clark. Men's doubles coming next.